Hey everyone, this is Joey, your adequately okay dungeon master. We're wrapping up season 2 today, and I just wanted to thank everybody who has supported us on Patreon, and also all of our listeners as well for joining us on this adventure. It's been a lot of fun, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. Thanksgiving ended up being a bit busier than I expected, so we're most likely going to be taking a short break before starting our Desperate Orcish Housewives bonus arc sometime in January. In the meantime, though, we're going to be working on Patreon-only content, so be sure to check that out if you're missing us. That's enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Falcon's Reach, a city in which magic is technology. You're listening to Adequately Advanced Magic.
We see a shot of Niklaus's face, and then the camera slowly zooms out, revealing him to be standing in the middle of the plaza. It's just before dawn, and you're in the middle of the battle with Lillian. Niklaus, you look down and you see that Lillian is being roiled in the earth from the spell that YouFulca cast. He's just being tossed around, and then suddenly his neck snaps up and looks straight at you. And he says, "Brah, Niklaus, you're not looking too good, brah." And he just keeps repeating this phrase over and over and over again, his voice intensifying each time.
Niklaus is like midway through casting his spell, and he's like, "Wait, we already beat you. What's happening?" He's like examining his surroundings now.
Lillian goes, "Bro," and the earth underneath you crumbles, and you wake up in another cold sweat.
Hadn't had one of those in a while. I guess Niklaus takes a moment to check his surroundings, make sure there's no danger. Checks to see if his friends are there.
You're the only one still in the room. It's been 3 days since the big fight. There's a knock on the door.
Do you need a Foley sound for a knock, Joey?
Yeah, you can give me one.
Okay. There you go. Who's there?
From outside the door, you hear, "Hey, Niklaus, it's me, Tygrr."
Be right there.
I have a question. How is he able to knock on the door?
Magic.
He pulls a thumper.
Yeah, he just kicks the door.
He's got big, strong hind legs.
Big.
It's like, but very low on the door.
So you machine gun the door is what you're saying.
He just shoots it.
Da, 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 da.
The door explodes into your face, Niklaus. What do you do?
This is why you guys never are able to open doors. You're not bold enough.
Niklaus goes towards the door to open it, and
Yep.
as he on the way there, he'll prestidigitate himself clean.
Yeah, go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my goodness. Constitution saving throw. Luckily, he is proficient in that. That'd be 9 plus 7 is 16.
Your vision goes out for a minute, and you find yourself standing in front of Lillian again, and he's just cackling at you. He's like, "You're gonna die, bro." And then you're back in the apartment. You do prestidigitate yourself, though.
I make a note in the margins, Lillian being an ass even after being defeated. Niklaus rubs his temples a bit as he walks up to the door and opens it. "Hey, Tygrr, what's going on?"
You see the rabbit in front of you. He has like a little bandage around his head, where his beanie would normally be.
Aw.
He says, "Hey, Niklaus, you doing okay? Looking a little bit green there."
I'm alright. Just recovering from the battle. How's your head?
I'll live.
That's what's important.
So you and Cirrus and Huker, you guys ready to check out that hole in the courtyard today?
I'm up for it, Niklaus says, doing a bit of a stretch. Gotta find the other two, though. Looks like they scampered off somewhere.
Yeah, we still got some time. Alistair's a little bit busy. Check back in with you, and how about we say, 3?
Sounds good to me. I'll let them know when I find them.
Sounds good. He scampers off.
Niklaus goes in search of food, and if he happens to find his friends on the way, then all the better.
We cut to Huker.
Uh-oh.
Huker, what are you doing?
He'll be out in that alley behind the thing looking for interesting lichens and mosses and mushrooms and whatnot.
Yeah, go and do a nature check.
Well, that's a natural one, so he is clearly distracted by something.
You try to rummage around for mushrooms, but that same cat that appeared in that earlier episode just keeps bothering you. He's like, meow, meow.
He pets the cat and then tries to move it if he thinks it's standing somewhere interesting.
You move the cat. He just moves back.
Dang it, cat.
Meow. From your position in the alleyway, you hear some yelling come from one of the apartments above you. And go ahead and roll a perception check.
That's another natural one. So that's 2 dice down already today.
It just sounds like 2 women yelling at each other.
I bet I can guess who it is, but Herkier is distracted by cats and, yeah.
True.
Maybe. May never see her again.
A few minutes later, you see Virginia leave one of the stairwells in the apartment.
Is there anything unusual about this, or... Well, I'm not having any luck. I will go over. No, I won't. I don't like Virginia. I move away.
From a distance, you see that she hasn't slept in a while, and her eyes are all red and poofy.
Poor Virginia.
She leaves. As you continue your search for your mushrooms, what you thinking about?
Where this headquarters in his old neighborhood is, or could be, and why.
Huker, you return to your mushroom foraging. The cat goes meow.
Meow.
Then we cut over to Cirrus.
Cirrus.
Cirrus, where are you at right now?
So Cirrus is actually at the spot where she killed Lillian. And she's, as a paladin is wont to do, she is praying. And she's communing. She feels very conflicted about actually killing Lillian. And and her prayer is basically like, "Oh, holy Tamara, was it right? Was it really right that I smited this man? I know that your wisdom says that we must kill those who are too far gone the path of evil, but it still feels weird." Lillian is the first person that she's ever killed. So she's just not sure how she feels about it.
She just enjoyed it so much. She doesn't know if it's right.
Should I feel this good after killing somebody?
As you pray, you find in your hand 2 letters.
Oh yes, I do remember the letters. I look at the letters.
One letter is an official letter from your police precinct.
Uh-oh.
It says, "Good job."
The other is the note that Officer Udai handed off to you, ostensibly from Valerie.
Ew. Alright, I read the police one.
You open up the police one. It says in big letters, "Cirrus Alanis, you are hereby suspended without pay, pending investigation," and it just keeps going. The main thing here is attacking a company executive and killing them.
Look, unconfirmed that she killed him. Maybe.
That's what the investigation's for. But let's be serious. It would totally be a paid suspension.
No, Falcon's Reach is
that's
ahead of...
that's how important the corporations are.
Wow. They
So
have
pay.
They can even get one over on the unions. Crazy.
Yep.
So it specifically says company executive, not civilian or person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, they don't care about civilians or people.
This one has the look that it's been crumpled up before in anger. Because Cirrus hasn't thrown it away yet, but it angers her. Does it say I have to, like, report anywhere, or is it more, I'm just suspended without pay and they will let me know?
Yeah, it's like they will let you know.
All right. What does the
Double
one from
check
Valerie say?
your pension now before.
Oh, they were paying Cirrus, like, minimum wage before anyway.
You take a look at the letter that Officer Udai handed you, and you open it up. On it is the same loopy handwriting that you recognize as belonging to Valerie.
This one is spotted with tears, as Cirrus has read it a few times before. All right. Dear Cirrus, when I first awoke after the incident all those years ago, I was angry. Angry at this cruel, dark city and the powers that be. Angry that there is no justice here. And I thought to myself that I would find justice here my own way, no matter the cost. Seeing the way you did things only made me angrier, that you couldn't see the darkness here and that in Falcon's Reach most things come in shades of gray. But maybe I was the one who was blind. If you're reading this, I likely messed up somewhere. Don't make the same mistakes I did. See you at the big brunch in the sky. Valerie.
Oh, so sad.
Cirrus whispers to herself, "You're braver than I am, Valerie." And puts the letters back in her storage.
Just about as you're about to put the letters into storage, you feel like there's something in the envelope in the one that Valerie gave you.
Oh, all right. I examine the envelope.
There's a police badge in here.
Ooh.
You take a look at it and you recognize the number. It's Valerie's first police badge. And it's faintly magical.
Ooh.
Wow.
Can I tell in what way it is faintly magical?
Go ahead and do a Arcana check.
I mean, it doesn't matter because Cirrus is going to wear this anyway, but I want to know. It's a 2. Cirrus is going to wear it anyway.
You have no idea what it does.
With the course of 2 weeks, your spirit will be replaced by Valerie's. It's her quirks.
I do affix her police badge on my fully armored vest.
So now you're impersonating a police officer.
That's true. I'm technically off the force right now, but as a memento to Valerie and to carry on her justice, Cirrus is going to wear her badge.
Okay, and now we're going to go into unstructured free time for the children's.
The children's.
Niklaus is in search of food.
Go ahead and do a survival check.
Surviving a modern urban jungle. Finding food. It's going to be 12 plus 3 is 15.
You smell something tasty on the first floor near the courtyard. It smells like soup.
Bug soup.
Niklaus is on the hunt. Oh, incidentally, when we looted the body, how many gold coins did we take from Lillian?
Yeah, you got nothing.
Nothing?
You got nothing.
Oh my god. I knew he was fake rich.
all of his assets are tied up in bonds.
Oh no.
I thought he was a
Economy?
risk taker, bro.
You head downstairs.
Yep. He's following his nose.
Yeah. You head downstairs and you see Siesta, and he has like a pot hanging over, just like a makeshift fire that he's made in the middle of like the courtyard. He's making some soup. You see like the little like fish head float around in it.
Fish head soup.
You take a look behind him, and his wares are not looking too great right now. It's just like a mess.
Siesta, something smells good over here.
Ball.
Can I try some of your soup?
Siesta has soup. And he offers you some soup.
Niklaus will take a bowl and chow down. He does pause briefly to say, "How are you doing, Siesta? Hopefully you didn't lose too much in the battle.
Siesta is okay.
Still have your wares?"
Siesta still has some wares.
That's good.
As you eat your soup, you hear the sounds of hammering and construction. And you see sort of throughout the plaza that people are rebuilding the damage that has occurred. The soup is pretty good. It gives you inspiration.
Wow.
Niklaus, you also see in the distance Cirrus, who's standing close to this sort of like blood stain that's like in the rocks.
Nobody's cleaned it up yet.
Yep.
Niklaus will turn to Siesta. Do you mind if I get a second bowl for Cirrus?
Ball.
Thank you. He takes a bowl and takes it over to Cirrus. And he says, "Here, you look like you could use some soup.
That's so kind. Thank you.
How are you holding up?"
It's been a rough couple of days. I've never actually killed anybody before, and it still feels so surreal.
Niklaus says, "Well, we did what we had to do. Lillian was a very evil man."
I keep telling myself that, and I know you're right. It still just feels weird.
Well, that's because you're a good person. It shouldn't be easy to do that.
Well, I don't feel good right now. This is good soup. Where'd you get it?
10 segue.
I'm trying to intersperse heavy and light subject matter.
Oh, Siesta was making it. She's got a little pot going over there. It's really good, right?
Yeah, this must be some sort of tabaxi recipe. I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even taste the sewer and the sewer fish.
I can't believe it's not sewer fish. But how are you holding up, Nicholas? You've looked a little off lately. Forgive me for saying that.
The battle took a lot out of me. It's just taking me a little longer than normal to recover.
Okay, well, if you ever need to talk or anything like that, I'm always here.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just remind me, Tygrr said he wanted to check out the hole today.
Oh, yes, he's been mentioning that lately. And it makes sense. That was what Valdivian was after this whole time. Just all for, to get under the business plaza? And for what reason, though?
I'm curious to find out why they went through all this trouble and did the things they did.
Those bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said about 3 o'clock, so if you see Hercure, be sure to let him know, huh?
I wonder where that little rascal scampered off to.
In the distance, you hear some meowing. Meow.
I've never seen a tabaxi and a cat interact, and I'm curious about it now.
Meow. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
That could go on for like hours.
Or would they just be like constantly hissing and they like don't like each other?
Kirky, what you doing?
Hercule's going to go see if Vince and Annette have a map of the city and where he can sort of look at the Black Spire neighborhood in more detail.
Yep. You head upstairs. As you briefly pass through the courtyard, you see Niklaus and Cirrus talking to each other. And you head upstairs to Vincent and Annette's apartment. You walk by a couple of these people who are fixing up the damage. You see someone like trying to dry out all the water from the water elemental in the staircase. The place is just like wet. You head up higher and you see like down the hallway that like half of it is like burnt, including that one apartment.
Aha.
And you arrive outside Vince's and Annette's apartment.
I knock on the door.
The door immediately opens.
Hercule is surprised.
You see Annette. Hey, Hercule.
Hi, Annette. I hope I'm not interrupting, but I wondered if you might have a map of the city?
Well, yeah, maybe. I have one some here. Let me take a look around. Vince has banned me from helping.
Oh. Is Vince around to help then?
Yeah, he's out helping fix up the place.
Oh. Well, if you could direct me, I could maybe find it. The apartment catches fires and explodes.
She says, "Oh, it's fine. I can take care of this." And she heads into her apartment. She says, "How about you come on in? You can. I have something for the three of you too."
Oh, okay. Hercule comes in carefully, keeping all eyes out for something terrible to begin happening at any
Yeah,
moment.
you kick up some dust. Go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Friggin' dust. 10.
You sneeze repeatedly.
This is just me in real life.
Annette rummages around. Meanwhile, you take a look around and you see that the apartment is mostly untouched. You see that on the walls are still Annette's monster plushies, for which she will offer a reward for.
That's what it is.
Ooh. I'll have to go look into our bag of holding for which ones we have.
Yeah, she sees you looking at them. She's like, "Oh yeah, don't you remember that one time I told you guys I would pay you guys if you brought me some plushies?"
Yeah, we've just been so distracted by other things, but I think we have some we might be able to give you.
Ooh. She pulls out a map, and then, like, 3 pouches of gold.
Oh, yeah.
She says, yeah, so, Alistair was able to come to an agreement with Valdivian, and this is the payout for each of the residents of the plaza. Just keep in mind you can never mention what happened here to anybody.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
that's part of the deal, supposedly.
Yes, I think I understand.
She pushes the 3 bags of gold over. You take a look inside, there's 2,000 gold in each one.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hercure takes the gold.
It's a lot of
Yep.
money.
You take the 6,000 total gold. Yeah, that Alistair's a pretty good lawyer, huh?
What gold? Who said anything about any gold? I don't remember any gold. Yeah, that's a pretty good settlement, I would say. It's probably more gold than Hercure has ever seen in one place in his life. Did she also get the map safely?
Yep.
Hercure looks at it and looks for his neighborhood in East Overia.
You take a look at it. Go and do a history check.
Oh boy, I'm great at these. 3. My dice hate me today.
You completely forget the layout of your home neighborhood.
I'm looking at the map upside down.
Yeah. You take a look at the map, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot you can glean from just looking at a map.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's not like Google Maps or anything. It's just like general neighborhoods and streets and just how to like navigate the area. You do see that in contrast to West Overia, which is where you guys started at the beginning of the campaign, East Overia is a lot more organized. Like there was an actual attempt at organization here as compared to sort of just like the willy-nilly buildings and streets of West Overia.
Aha.
Yeah, that's all about you can figure out though.
Okay. Oh, all right. Thanks for showing this to me, Annette. And thanks for the rewards.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
She winks at you.
Hercure winks back awkwardly.
Some dust gets in your other eye.
Hercure spends 5 minutes trying to get the dust out of his eye.
And we'll cut back to Niklaus and Sirius.
Hey, Niklaus.
Yes?
Listen, we've gone on a few. Oh, it feels weird to say this, but adventures. I feel like wow, when I say that, I feel like I'm playing Tanks and Airplanes. Sorry. But I feel like I can call you a friend, and I feel like I've grown to trust you. Can I ask you for a favor?
Sure.
Well, so I have this letter from Valerie. It's sort of personal, and I don't care to share it. But it's just her sort of last wishes for me. But she also gave me her police badge, and I'm getting sort of a weird feeling from it. And I know you commune with the magics. And I was sort of hoping maybe you can figure out maybe if this is just like a hunch I have, or if there actually is some sort of odd magical aura with it.
Sure, I don't mind taking a look at it.
Yeah, you and Hercure are the only people I would trust to look at this.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Niklaus peers intently.
Do an Arcana check.
It's gonna be 12 plus 6, 18.
Such magic.
Such magic.
Many magics.
It's almost like it's technology at this point.
Whoa. Hey.
You take a look at the badge, and it's been magically modified.
Is it a Horcrux?
It is not. You take a look at it, and you see that there's some metal of a different color that's like embedded into the back. And this is the actual source of the magic. It looks like someone melted a ring at some point. This is Valerie's badge. While wearing this badge, you have advantage on insight checks to determine whether someone is lying to you.
Oh no. This is not the thing that Niklaus wants Sirius to have.
You remember how I just said how much I trust you and Hercure?
Okay, so Niklaus gains an understanding of the badge's properties and he hands it back to Sirius.
You're such a good friend.
Seems like it's something Valerie thought would help you with your job.
That's just like her.
Whenever you're investigating, you should probably keep it on you. It should help you.
Well, thank you. I reaffix it to myself. what should we do now?
What time is it? Oh God, in the sky.
If only we had a watch or something.
You still have time to you still have time to shake off on people.
Well, before we go down into the hole, do you want to see what Gopsu and the rest are up to?
Yeah, I've actually been really worried about, especially Gobzu, because I know he had a rough time of it.
Yeah, let's go find them. Off we go.
The two of you head upstairs. As you reach the floor where you and Gobzu, Audrey, and Constance lived, Kirkir comes out of Annette's apartment,
Sneezing.
Oh, that's
sneezing
that's,
and rubbing his eye.
Prime gossip material there.
What were you up to in there?
Achoo!
Are you okay? I know it's magical flu season.
No, it's just really dusty in there.
Ah.
Not another one of those methods.
Do you want to talk in the room for a sec?
Oh, sure.
Everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine.
All right.
And they get in the room. Apparently, Alistair got a settlement for us, so here's 2,000 gold for each of you. And he hands them the bags of gold.
What? A settlement with who?
Valdivian, we have to not tell anyone about what happened here.
Oh, the hush money.
Yeah, but also like 2,000 gold. Like 2,000 gold.
Is this what all of the residents got?
I don't know. This is what Annette gave to us.
Hmm.
What have you been up to?
Sirius has not yet revealed that she's suspended without pay. Just hanging out, eating soup.
Cool. Oh.
Did you already file a report for all the stuff that happened? And do you know if there's going to be an investigation into Valdivian?
Well, one
It's like,
can
I'm
only
not
hope.
filing any report now.
Well, those other officers were here as well, and they've already filed a report, and I filed my own report. All we can really do with the police is wait and see, but I think we also ourselves can conduct our own off-the-books investigation. Since who knows if the police are really going to take action to bring Valdivian or Arcane to justice.
I think we can guess.
I feel like that's quite a departure from the way you used to feel.
Yeah, well, then I met Lillian, and things have changed. New things have come to light. So what have you been up to, Kirkir?
Just taking a look at the local mushrooms and lichens and stuff. Not too much around here, unfortunately. And then I wanted to go look at a map of Falcon's Reach, so I went to talk to Annette.
How is she and Vince doing?
She's not supposed to help anymore, and Vince is out helping with the repairs and whatnot.
Did she say anything else?
She just gave us the money about the settlement.
Decided that Sirius has forgotten about the plushie thing.
Oh, that's right. Also, we can, give her those plushie toys and she'll give us money. Or a reward of some sort.
Sirius runs over there. Sirius has suddenly run into a need where she needs so much money.
Yeah. You burst into Annette's apartment. Do a Constitution saving throw.
I'm so good at these now. I got a 13.
You sneeze once.
Achoo!
You see Annette in there, and she's just like, "Oh, hey, Sirius, how can I help you?"
Annette! I pull out the Flump plushie. Annette, look, I found this for you.
She's like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god!
Don't we have an owlbear one too?
I don't know. Somebody else has that if we do. She's just holding it up. Eh?
I'll give you 1,000 gold for that.
Oh well, if you insist. Okay. I hand her the thingy-ma-do. The flushy. Wow. Okay, hold on. The Flump plushie.
Yeah, she takes it.
Speaking hard. I guess
She puts it on her wall.
the landlord business is quite lucrative.
Yeah, that's the power of insurance.
Power of insurance. The greatest power of all. Okay, well, thank you, bye. I run out. You said there was a bank here, right, Joey?
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. It just goes into your magical bank.
Okay, well, I don't know if this could maybe happen off camera, but Sirius is gonna start paying all of her massive debts. It got pretty bad on this last adventure.
We'll do that in character,
Okay,
but later.
okay.
Yeah.
Sirius rejoins her friends. She's like, guys, Annette is giving $1,000 per plushie.
What?
Wow.
I know. It's the power of insurance.
Oh, jeez. If I had any idea she was going to give that much, I would actually look for the things. I thought she was gonna give us like 10 gold if we found one. Like, what? I don't understand.
That is like more than I made in 2 years of being a police officer.
That's more than I've ever made.
We need to find more of those plushies.
All right, new campaign,
New quest.
new main quest. Find all the plushies.
Maybe there's some in the hole.
If
Oh, that reminds me.
what?
Hercure.
Yeah?
Tygrr wants to go into the hole today. He says to meet around there at 3 o'clock.
Okay. He looks at his wrist sundial. What time is it?
Still got like an hour or two.
Okay.
Sundial is not very accurate. Indoors.
It's fine. What are you talking about?
It has two things on the dial: daylight and what's
Not
the opposite?
daylight.
and yeah,
that-
and not.
Night. Sleepy time. Sleepy time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Cirrus and I were gonna go find Gobsu and Constance and Audrey.
Okay. I guess I'll go with you.
Sure.
Let's do it.
The three of you head over to Audrey, Constance's, and Gobsu's apartment.
I knock.
You knock. From inside, you hear a voice go, "I'm coming," and you see Gobsu at the door.
Roll initiative.
How's Gobsu look?
He looks tired, but otherwise okay.
How you holding up, Gobsu?
Well, I'm doing okay. As the three of you head inside, you see Audrey laying in one of the beds, and Constance sitting nearby. She still hasn't woken up yet.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Is she alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Audrey hasn't woken up yet?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
How's she doing, Constance?
Constance says, "She's been better." And then she says, we're going to get the people who did this, right? And she's trying to keep a real sort of like strong poker face here, but everybody do an insight check.
With advantage.
She's not lying to you.
Oh.
That's a natural 20. Good thing.
That's gonna be 2 plus 3 is 5.
Say 4 minus 1 is 3.
Wow, you guys are terrible at this.
That's why I need advantage.
Two of the 3 of us are terrible.
Yeah, here, you see everything. You see it all in flashback. You see Constance's true feelings, and she is actually very quite distraught over the recent turn of events. The two people who you heard yelling at each other were probably Constance and Virginia.
Ah.
Meanwhile, Niklaus and Cirrus, the two of you are just, I don't know, what are you guys doing?
That's a great question.
I guess Niklaus goes and sits near Audrey, kind of checks up on her.
Yep. How about you do a medicine check?
Medicine. That's a 2.
You got a 2?
It's a 2.
Maybe I should go check on her, since I have actual skills.
Niklaus, you take a look at her, and you have really no idea what's going on here.
She's definitely alive. But she's not waking up.
In my professional opinion.
Niklaus tries gently, like, prodding.
Maybe if I poke her, she'll wake up.
This usually helps people wake up, so...
She does not wake up.
Joey, would you refer to what she is suffering from a disease or condition?
I mean, I guess it is a condition.
Niklaus tries mending, but it doesn't work.
Her clothes are suddenly fixed.
She's a robot. Plot twist. She's the sewer snake.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Whoa! All right. Cirrus is going to do what she does best, and she's going to walk next to Audrey and get on a knee and pray. And she'll say, "Holy Tamara, please guide this poor creature to health." And she's going to inadvertently, or I guess vertently, cast Lesser Restoration to see if that helps. Which can either end a disease or a condition afflicting the creature, conditions being blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay, it is not those conditions.
Well, I used the spell slot anyway.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Why must you work in mysterious ways, Tamara? I apologize. I shouldn't have spoken out of turn like that. But Cirrus isn't really talking. She's saying all this in her mind. And she stands up and looks at Audrey. And she just looks at Audrey and looks very concerned.
Kirker, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, Hercure will also bring his nature healing skills to see what he can glean from her situation.
Yeah. Go do a medicine check.
14.
You take a look at Audrey, and she appears to be physically mostly there. And she appears to be physically mostly okay. Like, she still has like a big bandage around her head. Somebody obviously went out and bought some healing magic to use on her. But this is like one of those weird neurological things.
Uh-huh.
It just takes time.
Hercure will report his findings. He'll say, I think she's physically alright. She just needs time for her brain to heal, I think.
But I want her to be okay now.
Hercure shrugs and moves away.
Constance says, wherever you guys go next, I'm going with you. I'm gonna find out who's behind this.
We will, I swear this to you. We will bring them to justice.
Justice takes many forms.
Gobzu says, yeah, I can take care of Audrey while you guys are gone. You take a look at him, now he's wearing, like, nurse scrubs.
But still track pants.
But still
Wow.
track pants.
Are you sure you're up to it, Gobzu? You almost drowned the other day.
I can do it.
I believe in you, Gobzo.
We spend the rest of the time, or Niklaus spends the rest of the time sitting by Audrey.
Hercure goes looking for more mushrooms.
1.5 to 2 hours later, the three of you meet up outside the hole, alongside Alistair and Tygrr. Tygrr sees you guys approach, and he's like, you guys ready?
As ready as we'll ever be?
I'm ready. I'm ready to bring these people to justice.
I mean, it's just a hole. I mean, what are we...
I'm
expecting to
ready
find
to
here?
bring these people to justice.
Alright!
I think we're good.
Tygrr ties a rope around one of the nearby fixtures and throws it into the hole. And he's like, you guys want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
The three of you head down, sliding down the rope.
Is it just, like, a cylinder down, or is it like there's, I'm just trying to imagine what kind of hole we're dealing with here.
Describe the hole, Joey. Do it.
Before the three of you slide down the rope, you guys take a look at the hole. You see that amongst the roiled bricks and rubble that Hirker created, there is a very small, about like a 3-foot wide hole that seems to lead deeper. The way that the rocks collapsed seems to indicate that there's something down here. There's like a sort of like an empty, it's almost like a sinkhole. Like there's some cavern or some opening down here. Who goes down first?
I will go down first.
Sirius, you go down first. It's dark in here.
I want to note that Cirrus is fully armored. For no particular reason.
Do you have dark vision?
I think I do.
Niklaus calls down. What do you see?
What do your half-elven eyes see? What do I see, Joey?
You see that below you there's some sort of room. It's not a particularly large room. It's like at probably like roughly 30 feet by 30 feet.
There's a small room down here.
Is it safe for us to come down?
I think so.
Hercure, did you want to go next? How good are your darkness eyes?
I have dark vision out to 60 feet,
Okay.
so I'll go down next. Hercure takes the rope and follows Cirrus down.
You land right next to her. Niklaus.
Yeah, Niklaus goes down next. He'll cast light on. You know what? He's got that diamond braided rope on his hanging from his belt, and so he'll cast light on that. So it kind of looks like one room, but it's less so.
The three of you slide into this room, and as Niklaus raises his light, the three of you see a partially destroyed ancient room. And everybody go ahead and roll a history check.
History.
History.
7.
14 plus 3 is 17.
10.
Niklaus, you take a look around and you see that the construction is old, like way old.
Like super old, man.
Would it be considered ancient?
Yes. There's not a whole lot in this room. You see that the pathway that would lead into it from farther down has completely collapsed. There is a couple of old torches lining the walls, and there's a lot of writing on the walls in big letters. You also notice that there's a skeleton near the collapsed entrance.
Niklaus will try to prestidigitate, spark the torches.
Yeah, the torch is still light.
He just goes around the room and just lights it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Ow, my eyes.
Alistair and Tygrr also roped down into the room, and they sort of also start taking a look around.
Oh, Alistair came too. I thought it was just Tygrr. Okay.
I want to look at the writing.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a investigate check.
9.
You take a look around. The letters almost are just constantly written in the brick and the stone that was used to make what Niklaus now knows is a dungeon.
Dungeon.
All the words are just warnings to turn back, to leave, and of just danger.
Curious.
Sirius will look at the skeleton.
Yeah, you head over to the skeleton, and go ahead and what are you doing to it exactly?
So Sirius will just look at if it's holding anything or anything, if there's anything that you can tell about the way it died.
Yeah, do an investigate check.
All right. That's a nat 1. So that'll be 4.
Wow, you guys suck at this.
Well, at least we're after. At least it's after the big battle, so we're getting our bad rolls out now.
As you take a look at the skeleton, you accidentally step on it,
Hey!
Oops.
and it's old enough where it just crumbles into dust.
Sirius forgets everything she ever learned about handling evidence. It's just,
You're
ooh,
like,
what's this?
I'm not on duty.
Whoops. It was like this already.
Niklaus's hand just kind of goes over his mouth oh my god.
This probably wasn't important anyway.
As the bones disintegrate, they leave behind a series of items.
Ooh.
There's a pair of gloves, an old lantern, and the robe that the skeleton was wearing has a bunch of different patches on it, and it's still almost as if completely new. There's also a pair of rusty daggers and an empty backpack. There's also a map of some sorts.
Huh.
Alright, everyone start tearing into this poor bastard's belongings. Like a bunch of wild animals.
I mean, I didn't. I just disintegrated his bones.
Accidentally.
It was fine.
Alistair and Tygrr also join you guys in investigating, quote unquote.
Should we take a closer look at some of these items? You guys want to
Sure,
Yeah.
anything that could help us on
divvy it up?
our journey. But I say a short prayer for the dead.
Like I said, Niklaus will look at the map.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and investigate the map.
So 13 plus 6 is 19.
The map is very faded, and it's basically almost disintegrated. You can barely make out anything, but you see that there's a complex network of what appears to be tunnels, rooms, and pitfalls and traps that make up this sort of crazy spiderweb-like network that all lead to one single room at the very, very bottom.
Niklaus, take some time to try to commit most of the map to memory.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that you can commit. It's just you can barely make it out.
Does it have a "You are here" entrance to the dungeon star?
No.
Must have faded away.
Lazy map makers.
Everybody knows all maps have that.
He does turn to the rest of the group. Is like, this definitely seems like the entrance to a dungeon, and this is a dungeon diver, and this is a map showing possibly a treasure room. Those tend to appear in dungeons.
Is there
Wow.
any way to connect the map with what we see here?
Niklaus like tilts the map, he turns the map, he turns around to the left, he turns to the right. Is the collapse section the entrance into the dungeon, or is there some other entrance?
This is not actually an entrance, like a normal entrance. And you take a further look, and the scale of the map would indicate that these tunnels could be like up to like several hundred miles long.
Whoa.
The size of which would encompass basically the entire city.
Whoa.
Wow.
They're looking for treasure under the city?
What is our city built on?
Blood of the innocent?
Well, I don't know how to respond to that.
There were a lot of blood cults over the years.
Yes. Wow, I didn't think there were any dungeons left. It's been hundreds of years since the last dungeons were explored, I thought.
Well, with magic coming back, I guess the powers that be thought there might be something under the city as well. Although maybe the sewer pirate might know some more about some of these tunnels, or tunnels under the city.
That child?
She spent more time down there than we have.
That is true. What do you think is at the bottom of this dungeon that caused so much trouble?
It must be something powerful for them to expend so much energy looking for it.
I suspect if we ever make our way down there, we find some of our answers.
Yep.
As the three of you discuss,
Tygrr and what's his face are just down there like,
yeah, they are down there, and they're both like, Alistair has a very weird look on his face.
Weird how?
Do I have any insight into what the look means?
Yeah, how about everybody roll an insight check?
Yeah, so bad at this.
Oh, that was a terrible roll.
It's a 10.
2 plus 3 is 5.
What die will let me down this time? 13.
Alistair, for you, Hukir, it looks like he's trying to remember something, and he also looks a little bit worried. Also, I'm assuming that you guys told Alistair and Tygrr about everything.
I don't see why we wouldn't have.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know what
It
you
was
mean
di-
by
it was-
everything, but
It was during the debrief.
Yeah.
The deeper.
we had 3 days to remember things.
They dug too deep.
Niklaus and Sirius, the two of you, are just like, why does his face look funny?
Herkier says, "Do you know something, Alistair?"
Alistair says, I'm not sure, but I have a very bad feeling about this. I think this company, Arcane, doesn't know what it's getting itself into. And I think we need to stop them.
I don't know that we disagree with you on that.
He doesn't say much else. Even Tygrr looks a little bit perplexed.
They're perplexed. How do you think we feel?
Niklaus nods wisely as if he also understands something and turns his attention back to the backpack.
But meanwhile, the loot.
Niklaus, you investigate the backpack, and it's just like mostly disintegrated. There's some empty, what you recognize as something that people would put food in, and it's been long empty for a long time.
Sirius will look at the robe.
The robe is also faintly magical. Go ahead and do a Arcana check. How about you just get like one person to Arcana check all these things?
Do you guys want me to check through these things for magical signatures?
Yeah,
that'd
you
be
seem
great.
to be good at that.
Okay. Niklaus begin his arcane discoveries. To be 15 plus 6, 21.
Yeah, the robe is a robe of useful items. And let me roll for what some of the patches are. I rolled very well for you guys.
Oh, I love it. How many rowboats do we have?
So the robe has 2 of each of the following patches. So there's dagger, bullseye lantern, steel mirror, 10-foot pole, hempen rope, and sack. And basically, when you can use an action to detach one of the patches, and then the patches turn into the object.
Okay, those are the standard. Everyone gets those. Okay.
In addition to those, you get 9 more that are rolled by me.
Oh, wow.
The first one is a 2-foot by 4-foot window that you can place on a vertical surface that you can reach. Next one, you get a second window, actually.
Oh, yes.
Window times 2.
So many windows.
Wooden ladder, 20 feet long.
Oh, nice.
A portable ram.
Nice. That'll help us getting through doors.
You get a pit that you can throw on the ground within 10 feet of you. It's 10 feet deep.
It does pit things.
So I throw it and then it makes a hole in the floor.
Correct.
Oh, okay, that's useful.
Yeah.
You get a silver coffer worth 500 gold.
Wow.
Wow.
Each of those are 1 patch. It's 1 patch with 4 potions of healing. They all pop out at the same time if you use this.
Nice.
You get another portable ram.
Nice. Double ram.
You get a riding horse with saddlebags.
Wait, there's a whole horse?
A whole riding horse.
Wow.
Which number am I on?
That was number 9.
The lantern, meanwhile, is a lantern of revealing. And the gist of it is that it can reveal invisible creatures and objects, as long as they're within the lantern's bright light.
Wow.
And lastly, the gloves are gloves of thievery.
Ooh.
While wearing them, you get a +5 bonus to sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
It's too bad we ain't got no rogues.
Well, we can try this, and if it doesn't work, we have 2 portable rams.
No door will stand before us ever again.
Once you pull a patch, you can't put it back, right?
Correct. Once all the patches are pulled, the rope turns into a normal rope.
I wonder what kind of person this skeleton was to have so many items on them.
Yeah, they have a lot of magical equipment. I'm assuming the rusty daggers were mundane.
Yeah.
But they will do some extra damage if you were to.
That
Yeah,
extra
tetanus
damage.
tetanus
Okay.
damage.
I have resistance to tetanus damage, actually.
And that's
Okay.
about it for this room.
Alright, how do you guys want to DV?
It's sort of hard because there's so much variety with the items.
I say we give the rope to you, Hercure. Kind of fits your whole aesthetic. Okay, so Hercure's going to hold on to the robe. And then we have a lantern and gloves. I figure like that we just keep that in our pack and pull it out.
Yeah.
Or we just use it. In fact, let me turn off the light on my rope.
Yeah, actually, maybe Niklaus should have the lantern because he doesn't have dark vision anyway.
Yeah, and I'll use the lantern. Niklaus drops concentration on the light, or he cancels the light on his rope and lights the lantern to revealing instead. He quickly turns around to see if there's an invisible creature.
There's not.
There's 50 of them.
Are you, would you describe yourself as proficient in the ways of sleight of hand, Hercure?
I would not describe myself as that.
Neither would I. I am minimally, adequately, partially skilled
Adequately
in
advanced.
dexterous maneuverings.
Yeah, he can have the
I don't know how your dexterousness.
above average, but barely. So I would say definitely better for you to have them than for me.
Okay, I'll take the gloves then.
But yeah, there's nothing else to do here.
We scramble back up the rope.
Yeah,
All right.
Niklaus spends his time climbing up the rope, thinking of how he's going to keep a lantern lit at all times without coming off. Is really weird.
The 3 of you climb up the rope. The camera lingers inside this dungeon room for a second, and you guys don't see this. Alistair, after thinking really hard for a while, rummages through some of the debris that has fallen into this room. He reaches down and he pulls something out. And we see that running along the wall, or behind the wall, really, is a thick magitite wire. Alright, now is the time to figure out where you guys want to go.
What are our options?
There's 2 branch offices. There's one in Hirkure's old neighborhood, and there's another one in Elyon.
Well, yes, they know something about my dad, and they're also responsible for what happened here. So I think our priority needs to be finding their headquarters and taking them down.
Okay. We don't know where the headquarters are, we just know the 2 branch offices. I guess the one in Canaloon that we were at. So I guess that's the priority, see if we can find your dad.
Well, I think my dad's wrapped up in this in some way, but I think also this affects all of us.
Yes.
Do you think he's maybe at one of these branch offices?
I know that the file that had both my dad and Renea listed was heavily redacted. Was there anything about specific locations in that document, or was that redacted as well?
As you think back to the file that you looked at, you do recall that the file on Renea listed a birthplace. And it's a very small neighborhood in the Elyon district.
What type of district is Elyon?
Do a history check.
History. Ooh, nat 20.
Nice. Finally. Finally, we get a good roll.
All these all-important history checks.
The Elyon district is the seat of Falcoco, which manages magitite distribution. It's a very industrial district, but people still live there.
It's a starting place.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, shall we begin our investigation there?
Yeah. Nikos nods in agreement.
We'll just montage the end.
Montage.
The 3 of you pack up the stuff that you need from the apartment. At some point, Rourke, the Null, knocks on your door, and he gives each of you a Metro Pass.
Oh.
A smart trip card?
A smart trip card.
Multi-pass?
Enabling you to access the public transportation of Falcon's Reach.
I'm assuming you've already drawn up an entire map of the metro system in Falcon's Reach.
Yeah.
He'll have that done for next time.
Transfer locations and all that.
Yeah.
Check out the interactive map on our website. Full of all the locations with descriptions. And
It's not at all the DC Metro map with the names just changed on the different stations.
Constance also packs up her stuff and joins you. As do Alistair and Tygrr.
What?
All right.
Alistair, you're a lawyer, not a adventurer.
He's just like, I'll do what I can. Tygrr's like, sup?
We have no doubts about Tygrr's ability to hold his own in a fight.
What a bro. Does everybody have what they need?
I think so.
yeah, we could just come back if we need anything else.
We have a Metro Pass.
We have a Metro
we
Pass.
have a Metro Pass.
With the Metro Pass, we can go anywhere, do anything, see whatever we want. Buy
Freedom
yours
is
today.
ours.
We could even split the party.
That's actually how Rourke's travel agency is. He just sells Metro Passes.
It's the secret underbelly of the operation. It's just selling Metro
Yeah,
Passes.
he actually has people rob other people for the Metro Passes and then just resells them at a discount.
That's true.
This actually checks out.
That's true, because I don't think there's anywhere else to travel in this world. As far as I know, everything outside of Falcon's Reach is wasteland.
The entire group arrives at the nearby metro station,
What colored line are we getting on?
Magenta.
Nice.
Gentle
Nice.
One by one, each of you guys swipes your Metro Pass, and the entire group catches the next train
to adventure.
to Elyon and Adventure.
Are they like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna be delayed.
It takes you 4 hours.
We have to single track all the way to Elian.
It's too real.
Yeah. Apologize for the inconvenience, blah, 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 blah.
And you guys ride into the distance.